Ilaria Carpen. I'm working with the United Nations, and my first assignment was in Liberia. At that time, that was 2005, was quite challenging because the country was coming out from more than a decade of civil war, and everything was destroyed in the country and even in the capital where I was based. So let's say there were essentially no facilities. The only thing I wasn't, let's say, prepared to face was the type of climate, because the weather is really very difficult. It's so humid that somehow can really pose some sort of challenge. What was very important for me is there is a very severe malaria in Liberia, which can kill you in 24 hours, was always to be extremely aware of my well-being, and in case of any issue I was going to be medically checked, and I did it several times. Then it was more for the stress than for the malaria, and actually I never got any serious health issue. I remember me going to the market on Saturdays, and it was really an enjoyable moment. I always had a lady, her name was Sarah, and I was buying all sorts of fruits and vegetables for all the week. So somehow the mental aspect, which can also be quite depressing and also can make you angry, because sometimes diabetes is just impossible to manage. When I was in Liberia, it wasn't really an hassle in that sense. When I was in Congo, we had several military contingent, and I remember the Argentinian preparing their panatas, and then there were the Pakistani, and they were always amazing. Once they even received us in a remote island, which is called Ijwi, with the white gloves, and they served us an amazing Pakistani food, and so I always tried everything. Then of course, I mean, if they serve you maybe some meat with rice, you will try to limit the rice, because you know the impact that is going to have on your sugar level. But beside that, you know, I think you can really try all the food without any major consequence, as much as you are focused on a sort of balanced diet. My most recent deployment was in Afghanistan, and I was working with our still with the United Nations, and I was working with an office which is called Peace and Reconciliation, and I was working with our 11 field offices that are based throughout the country. Before traveling to Kabul, the medical unit told me that there was no insulin available in the compound. We have a medical unit, of course, and so it was recommended to bring with me at least 3 months supply. We usually have time off, and in Afghanistan was every 6 weeks. We have 1 week off, to which you can also have additional leave, but the situation was such that I did two tours of 3 months each. And this was very heavy, because I couldn't leave the compound because the security, and also because the COVID. And so it was a very heavy period, and it was really challenging. And actually the problem that I had was not during the assignment, but then when I arrived in Italy, my diabetes was really unmanageable. and probably this was due to the stress accumulated throughout the previous months. Not in many locations, but sometimes I met also colleagues with diabetes. These colleagues were in the same difficult duty station where I was based. So it is something that can be done. Having diabetes is not great, but it's not the worst possible thing that can happen to you. You can still have freedom. Research is progressing, so I don't think diabetes should stop you from anything.